Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy. Today, the Game of Thrones Johnnie Walker White Walker, ball at 41.7% ABV. I'll let you know why that's relevant after I nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. Of course, I have my Super Social Club I Sip and I Know Things whiskey glass ready to go. Let's see how this is on the nose. So right away I get this caramel kind of note, not too strong. It's kind of like more muted. I get a little bit of artificial orange flavor. Kind of reminds me of tang, like that powdered tang you'd mix with water to make an orange drink. That artificial kind of powdery orange note. I get that in here. And then I get like some pine notes, kind of like a sappy kind of pine needle. Again, everything very, very light. Very mild on the nose, very approachable. Doesn't nose like it's 41.7%. It noses like it's 30%. It noses like a whiskey you've added too much water to almost. Yeah, very mild, very light. Let's go palate. Again, a little bit of caramel carries over. I get some vanilla, a little more like artificial type of vanilla though. And I get like dessert mints, not the mint flavored ones, but the other flavored ones. Finish, say medium to short in length. You get a little bit of like vanilla ice cream, a little bit of berries perhaps on the finish. But again, leaning to more like that artificial kind of vanilla note. Not much character to this whiskey. I mean, you pick up a few notes, some of them leaning a little artificial in flavor. Not much depth, almost no complexity. Just not really my type of whiskey. I don't pick up any smoke in this. I don't think there's any smoke in this at all. Not that I can tell anyway. But yeah. No depth, no complexity. It's not a harsh drinking whiskey. It tastes almost like you're not even drinking whiskey, and maybe that was kind of the point to this one. I'll get to that later. But for right now, I'm going to give it a mark. I'm going to give it a score as is at room temperature. Then we'll see how it is when it's chilled. But for right now, I'm giving it 62 out of 100. And for value, $60 Canadian, $40 US. It's more than a lot of the other Johnnie Walkers, which in my opinion are much better. I mean, even the red label, yeah, it's a lot more of a harsh whiskey, but at least it has substance and character and it gives you something. This one, it kind of just leaves you wanting more, I'd say. So 62 out of 100. Value-wise, I'm dropping it 2.5 points for the value. It's just way too much money. I'll get into why you're paying that much after I give this final score. So I'm bringing it down to 59.5 out of 100. Let's move on to the chilled version of this. All right, so as you might be aware, it says right on the back of this to freeze for an unexpected icy reveal. When you put it in the freezer, it just says winter is here. It appears on the side. So that's really what you're paying for. I believe that this bottle is probably half the price of the whiskey, I would think. So let's see how it is. As recommended, chilled in the freezer. I usually don't drink chilled spirits, especially whiskey, just because I don't like the way that it tastes. When you chill a whiskey, the flavor molecules kind of just tighten up and you don't get as much flavor. That's why a lot of people drink, budget whiskeys, low price whiskeys that are harsher on ice because it takes away that like sharpness, that youthfulness of those whiskeys and makes it more enjoyable. And I personally don't like that. I would rather drink budget whiskeys at room temperature. So main difference on the nose, a little more vibrancy. That artificial kind of orange note is very, very diminished. I almost don't pick it up. The pine Still get a little bit of pine, still get a little bit of caramel. But again, now I'm just getting those two notes and that's it. So now I've lost that artificial orange note. Not that it was that enjoyable for me, but a little bit less of a complexity now for this one. But I'd say it's an improvement. All right, let's try Palate. Palate's the exact same. More or less the exact same. Still get those artificial vanilla, kind of like dinner mint, vanilla ice cream, berry kind of note. But now I'm actually picking up maybe there's a little bit of alcohol sharpness now, which is contrary to what I just said before. I'd say the nose is better. I'd say the palate relatively the same. Not much change really at all. But yeah, I think the reason why this bottle is so expensive obviously is because they have this, I think they call it some kind of like icy reveal technology. I'll put it here, whatever it says on their website, I'll put it right here. This is what they call it. But yeah, definitely this bottle is worth, they charge 60 bucks Canadian. The whiskey is probably worth 20 bucks. The bottle is probably worth 40. So maybe even more than half. More than half of the price of this is just for the bottle. Now, if you're a Game of Thrones fan and you want to collect it, I mean, it is a kind of a cool bottle. And yeah, it says, winter is here on the side. For me, I am a Game of Thrones fan, but I don't want to spend money on something like this. This bottle is not even really that collectible. I don't know how many they released, but, a Johnnie Walker bottle that has, 500,000 bottles released or whatever it may be, is not going to be really that collectible in my opinion. But if you want to collect it just for keepsake, sure, why not? I think one of the reasons why I'm not liking this whiskey maybe as much as other people is because I'm not a big fan of Cardhu. Now, the main two single malts in here are Clynelish and Cardhu. So what I've done is I've made a little blend of Clynelish 14 and Cardhu 12. I have a little sample here. This came attached to another bottle that I had bought. So let's just see how a blend of just these two single malts adds up versus this, which also probably has some grain whiskey in it. So just real quick, I just poured these together in a sample bottle, let it sit for a day or two. Now that is a better whiskey already. A lot more complexity, a lot more vibrancy. You get nice berry kind of notes in this. But then I'm getting to the Cardhu, and I don't like Cardhu 12. Now, there might be some good Cardhu whiskeys out there. The 12, in my opinion, is not one of them. Clynelish 14, I absolutely love this bottle. Look for my review coming up soon with this one. But yeah, I'd take this whiskey for sure. On the palate, yeah, really, really nice. You get like the Clynelish, you get these like really awesome tropical fruits like mango, papaya, like cantaloupe kind of stuff. Awesome vibrancy, full of life. Almost the complete opposite of what I got from this. So, yeah, they're using some Clynelish in here. They're using some Cardhu. How much, you don't know. I'd say it's maybe more Cardhu and more grain whiskey than it is really with Clynelish. And who knows how old it is, right? 14 years old, nice age statement on this one. Unknown of how old the Clynelish is in here. But for my taste, I would save your money on this one, spend the extra money, get a Clynelish 14. Awesome, awesome whiskey. One more thing I want to try with this is their cocktail suggestion. So maybe this whiskey would be decent in a cocktail. I'll find out. They have a recipe for an old-fashioned. That's my favorite whiskey cocktail. Let's see how it is. So here's the White Walker old-fashioned and the recipe from the Johnnie Walker site. I had all the ingredients except for the rosemary garnish. Hopefully that doesn't make a huge difference, but let's try this out. Oh, huge improvement on the nose. those orange and Angostura bitters really bring out that that pine note that I was getting on the nose earlier. And that maple syrup kind of just ties it all together. The nice sweetness, that sharp little pine note, and those bitters. Now I'm kind of regretting not having that rosemary, because I think that rosemary garnish would just add to all that for sure. All right, let's try the taste. I'm impressed. That is a very nice cocktail. Very, very nice indeed. Again, that sweetness, that pine, those bitters, it all works. It all works really well. So there you go. If you bought a bottle of this and you're not as impressed with it as I was, make an old-fashioned with it. This is a good cocktail indeed. It's like perfect for winter. It's very like winter fresh. Pine, maple syrup, the sweetness. It all works really, really well. So, $60 mixer. I mean, if you want to try it out, I mean, I just probably prefer to buy a $60 bourbon, but it's not bad. It is actually a really good cocktail. So there you have it. Game of Thrones, White Walker Old Fashioned, thumbs up for me for sure. Drinking it neat, nope. Drinking it chilled, nope. But an Old Fashioned, with the help of these fun ingredients, it is a good mixing whiskey. There you have it. Thanks very much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe. I got a lot of cool things coming up. I'm going to start doing live shows, and I'm going to be giving away some epic samples on that, especially for my first live show. So check that out. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live so you won't miss it. Look forward to seeing you there. Let me know what you think. Have you tried the Johnnie Walker White Walker? I know some people in my previous Johnnie Walker reviews said that they liked it. I like it in an old fashioned. Don't like it neat or chilled. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate it as always. Thanks a lot. Cheers.